Hello again, I'm Isabel and I'm here to guide you through what it's like to live and study here at the University of Kent. I'm here with Susie Crawley, who can tell us more about what life will be like studying here at the University of Kent. So what can students expect?
So there's quite a lot to do on the campus. We've got quite a lively community-based campus. It's a really nice place to study and live if you're thinking about accommodation on the campus. We're quite a large campus. We've got a lot of open spaces, so if you're into sports, we've got a sports centre, we've got playing fields, we've got a sports pavilion as well. We've also got the Gulbenkian building, so these are music spaces, and we've got theatre and cinema as well. And then just across the campus we've got lots of little social areas that people can hang out with their friends, get food, have a drink and just generally relax and enjoy being here.
Yeah, and what about Kent in general? It's a pretty nice campus.
Well, yep, Kent is the Garden of England, so it's a really lovely place to live. So we're really lucky in Canterbury that we're so close to Canterbury city centre, which is a beautiful city centre. It's very historic. We've got some really lovely just kind of shops and restaurants, cinemas in the city centre, but it's also just beautiful architecturally as well. And then we're also really close to Whitstable and Herne Bay beaches, so you can get a bus from the campus up to the seaside and have a little day out as well.
Yeah, I always hear about students saying how lovely it is to actually be that close to the coast and explore all of the nice things to do in Kent, really. And I know something big is student support, so how can people get access to that and what support do they have?
So we've really got two different types of student support. There's the academic student support, so if you're looking for study guides or you want some support with things like how do I take notes, how do I structure my essay, how do I make sure that I'm referencing properly, then we've got our student learning advisory service that are there to support all of our students with the academic side of student life. But we also have our student support and wellbeing team, so they look after the general wellbeing of students as well. So if you've got anything that you might need access arrangements for, then they're the team that you would talk to put in any arrangements before you start studying. So these are a really good team to talk to in advance of starting. They are here today as well if people want to go and have a chat with them. And they will look after any students who've got anything like physical disabilities, learning difficulties, any mental health issues. So they just provide that general wellbeing support. They're a really great team.
Yeah, and what other things can people see and find out about today?
So we've got the Life at Kent talks going on. So this is a general overview of everything that happens on the campus. So a little bit of the things that I've already talked about, but it just goes into a little bit more detail. So you can find this out. We've got student finance talks going on as well. We've got accommodation talks. We've got information for mature students. We've got then also tables set up over in the Griffin building with things like finance, our careers and employability. So lots and lots of things that you can find out. So really, any questions that you've got about anything at all. Sometimes people feel like, I don't want to ask a question because it might me seem like I don't know what I'm doing about university, but no question is too silly. Anything that you want to find out, today is the day to do it.
Yeah, because you might not necessarily know what you want to do and you've come here to decide, right? So what advice do you have for students, parents, guardians here today to make the most of the open day?
So I would say talk to as many people as you can. So it is a really big decision to make, and there's lots of things to consider. So I think it's a really good opportunity to think about what you personally are looking for in a university. Everybody has different priorities. And just have a good chat to our ambassadors. They're all current students. They can give you a really good idea of what it is like to be a student at the Canterbury campus. Chat to the academics as well and really find out, does the course cover the information that you're interested in? How do they assess you? What's the kind of setup of the course? And then just talk to our professional services staff to find out, what support is available for you, and any other questions that you've got, they'll be able to answer. So I think just really take advantage of the number of people that are here today to get as much information as you can.
Yeah, and what makes the University of Kent unique, would you say?
It's a really difficult question because I think for different students there'll be different things that they pick out as being special for them. So I can only really speak to the things that I think are really special about Kent, but personally I think we are really lucky to have a really lovely sense of community on the campus. I studied here myself as a student, and one of the things that I chose Kent for was that everybody seemed very genuinely quite happy here. The people that were here seemed really friendly, and I felt like I was able to settle in really easily. And then the other thing that I also think is just stunning is our campus. We are so lucky to have such a beautiful campus. There's so many places that you can just go and be outdoors and socialise with people and just enjoy. We've got stunning views over the cathedral. So I think for me those would be the two key things, that lovely sense of community and our beautiful surroundings.
Yeah, and there's lots of things to do in terms of the nightlife, but also things to do during the day, lots of cafes and stuff. So they'll have fun here, basically. And I know they'll be scared in terms of making friends, for example. So what would you say to that?
So I think that just throw yourself in. The more you put yourself out there, the more likely you are to meet new people and find people that you will connect with. So particularly our first week, we'll have our Freshers Week, so the societies are out. You can decide what kind of societies and clubs you'd like to try out and find out more information about. There's lots of social events on for you to meet other students as well. And I think just really put yourself out there and try and meet as many people as possible and just have a really good time, really.
Yeah, and what would you say, how would they be able to best prepare for university in the upcoming maybe year or so that they've got to decide, make applications and then eventually come here?
Wow, so there's a few things I would say. Think about things like certainly get finances in order, so student finance, applications, do kind of look into that and make sure you know when your deadlines are for things like student finance, accommodation. Make sure you know your deadlines for UCAS as well. You don't want to kind of suddenly realise you've left something to the last minute and it's a mad panic. But other than that, there'll be things coming out over the summer like reading lists, so maybe getting prepared with the kind of content that you're going to cover, and then have a really good look around what you would like your life to be. So have a look and see what societies are there that you might be interested in, what kind of areas might you like to live in, and I think just picture your life as it will be next year and think about what would you like that to look like, and then you will know what you want to start preparing as well.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Susie, for giving us an insight and telling us more about the Open Day.